Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 3 minutes till showtime.
Thirsty? The refreshment stand is open with everything to satisfy your taste buds. Here's the menu: the hottest, freshest, crunchiest popcorn, each kernel popped to its fullest with that real movie time taste. Cold drinks. You'll find your favorite ice cold, tasty, and thirst quenching. And hot dogs, hamburgers, and candy too. Now a short intermission, so you'll have time to make your selection before the show begins.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
Top quality hamburgers, the most popular snack in the country. We serve them plain or garnished to your taste.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Just 1 minute to go.
And now, on with the show.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hello, fellow humans, and welcome to Mothership Poker. We are coming to you, as always, live from Southeast Alberta, Medicine Hat. And as always, we'd like to welcome any of the non-human identifying sentient creatures who may be out there watching today, as well as any non-sentients who are enjoying the poker action today. We got the first day of Unibet Online Series running today, which is something we've all been looking forward to. I'm gonna have to miss about half of it because I leave tomorrow evening to go to Calgary to spend 5 days covering a live poker tournament in Calgary. But that's cool. I'll get to play a few more days. I'll get to play 2 days before I go, and then I'll get to play 4, I think, when I get back. So I think I've got a chance. We've got 2 UOS games rolling at the moment. We've got the 50-cent UOS E3 Nano with 200 euros up top, and we've got the 10 euro, 4,000 euro guaranteed E2 UOS. Series as well. And we're also playing the Falling Star, which we went pretty deep in yesterday. Took a bunch of booties and went, I think, took 4th place in this one. And pulled out a pretty nice profit out of this tournament yesterday. Even though I'm not going to be able to play a full slate of UOS events, I might get in some of the early 11 a.m. or 11 a.m. my time events, the first event of the day. I might get in a few of those from the poker tournament, but even that, I think they're going to last too long, and they're going to roll into the start of the day when I'm supposed to be on the floor covering tournaments if I go deep, and if I'm not going to go deep, then there's really no point in me playing them, right? So, I don't know. We'll see how my timing's going. We'll see how early they want me to start. There might be days where I could, not start until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, depending on what's going on action-wise. And so we'll see. We'll see. But I still think, even though I'm only playing about half a series, I still think I'm going to have a reasonable chance of taking one of these down. Jeez, never fold your Jack or Queen under the gun, I guess. And maybe even taking a shot at the leaderboard. I mean, I know that people who play the whole series are going to have and also the people that are playing all 3 are probably going to have a better chance at leaderboard points than I am going to have. But I think that a couple of deep runs, a win or 2, and I've got a pretty good chance at pulling some leaderboard points out. So we'll see what happens. Looking forward to seeing if we can go. So far, it hasn't been going great. We were up a few chips in the I'm just going to set mine with my 3s, I think, on the Falling Star here. I like this board. It doesn't have to have a queen, and the rest of that hits our range more than his. So I'm actually going to probably call at least one street here. I don't think there's any reason he has to have any piece of this board. So I think we're going to actually put out a bet here now that he's checked back to us on the turn. I think we're talking about ace high here, hands like that. So Our threes are going to be good, but even otherwise, I think that we can rep the two pretty easily, the deuce pretty easily there as well. So, yeah, we were up a little bit down on the E2 table earlier, but then we lost a big hand where we called a couple streets with second pair, and the guy was on big blind. We raised. We raised from the button with 8-9 suited. We raised from the button with 8-9 suited, and we hit a 9 on the flop, but there was also a king on the flop. We called down second pair, a couple of streets. He had the king 7. It was the big blind called from the big blind on that one. So ace king here. And we got the straight on the. So I'm going to put in a re-raise with ace king on the E2 table here. We're definitely hoping he bets into us here on the, or they bet into us here on the falling star table. Now that we've turned the straight. So now that I have to put a bet out here now that we've. And we're going to c-bet, I think, on the E2 table as well with our ace-queen, or ace-king. Going to keep value betting our pair of aces on the E3 table. And then going to keep value betting our pair of aces on the E3 table. We're going to value down on the E2 table as well. We're going to check call or check raise. Probably check call because we don't really have a hand that we can check raise with necessarily. Just ace 10. Alrighty, well that was a fucking quick game in the UOS. In the UOS E2 event, we just blew 10 euros pretty darn quick there, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Alrighty, so let's see what else we want to play. That's kind of gross. I hate that we busted that. Hey, Brajai, how'd it go? Yeah, I'm doing okay in the nano. I just busted the. Ace 10 just beat my ace king in the low event. Evening, Addy. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Unfortunately, I've already busted the low event. Ace king, I raised it. Got a bunch of callers. Flop came jack high with a 10 on it. Hang on, let me go have a quick look at that. I don't think that's exactly the way the flop came. Let's go watch what. Oh no, I can't watch it. I'm out of the tournament now, so I can't even look at it. Flop came with a 10 on it, anyways. No ace or king. I c-bet. I was in this. I 3-bet under in the small blind pre-flop and got called. My hand misses the flop. I c-bet. I get called in one spot after getting called in 3 spots pre-flop. Ace comes on the turn, so I start value betting my ace top. Called behind. I value bet again on the river, which is a blank 4 offsuit. and he shoves over top of me. I probably shouldn't have called with just top there. Turns out he was on ace 10, and there was a 10 on the flop, so he's on 2 pairs against my top. So busted the low, and I mean, I suppose I can get away from top there, but it feels like the ace 10 is pretty random hand for him to have there, and my ace is going to be the best hand. My ace king is the best hand on that board quite a bit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hello, Piano Cat. Hello to everybody. Welcome. Good to see everybody here enjoying us. Like I say, unfortunately, I've already busted the low event I was playing, but we're still in the Nano, and we're still playing the Falling Star. We got the Falling Star going. We got Chip Stack again starting in the Falling Star. So, yeah, let's see what else is running. Let's see if we can jump in one more event at least. I'm not going to play the OS high. That's a bit out of my bankroll. Put in a raise on the UOS table with Ace Jack here. This is weird. The Dark Matter Nano is already closed registration. But there's only 8 of 9 people, but I can't register in the... That's very weird. I was going to register in the Dark Matter Nano. So Falling Star already in. Just looking at some of my tournament tickets as well. Actually got some Hexapros that I need to play probably. So let's actually play a Hexapro. $150 for the Hexapro. Let me fix this title. Fold that. Hello, Cleeds. Thank you very much, and thank you everybody for the luck wishes. So far, it's not been going great. We've already busted a big buy-in event today, but what are we going to do? I'm going to put in a semi-bluff here with our draws. We're going to keep semi-bluffing with our draws. A hand developing on the potentially on the Falling Star table. I think with my King of Spades, I'm going to call one street at least. So nothing really comes through for us on our back doors. So I think we're probably done with the hand now. Although with just a single, with just a min bet, you got to see one more street. I think we got to bluff the spades. Folks. Not sure why I won there. I gotta go read the board better. Oh, he got counterfeit on the river. Nice, nice. So we were bluffing with the best hand is what we were doing. Ah, sweet. Gotta like it when you're bluffing with the best hand. Hexapro fun coming up here. We're putting in some money with the King Jack. We're gonna call this off if there's action in the Hexapro context. And of course, he just fucking gets there with the weaker hand. Because, you know, that's what people are doing today against us. Getting there with the weaker hand. Double up. Put in a raise on the falling star table as well as on the UOS table. Gonna get out of the way of the donk bat, I think. We'll put in a C-bet here on the all heart flop. It's not the greatest flop in the world for us to C-bet on, but get out of the way. We're all in with our ace. We're ahead, and we're still ahead. We're still ahead, and we are ahead. Sweet. Double up. Oh, you guys weren't watching that, or we doubled up. We were all in with our ace of 6, and we doubled up on the Hexapro table. So we're still alive playing Hexapro. Wow, how does 10 high ever win there? Obviously, this is a bluff shove, but felt like I needed to do it. I would have taken that with a straight, I think, if I'd gotten involved. Wow, how does he just fucking fold me when I have queens? How does he just fucking fold me when I have queens? How does he just have fucking ace-ace? Come on, heart. No, I guess the heart doesn't matter. How does he just have fucking ace-ace there? We'll play one more. We got more tickets left. Ooh, we got 1,000 chance. We got 1,000 chance here, folks. It's not going to be 1,000. It's going to be 3, but of course it's 3. But you know, we had a chance at 1,000. We had a chance at 1,000. You betcha, my friend. Addy, I am in the Dano. I was in the low, but I got my ace-king top on the turn. Got capped by ace-10, 2 pairs on the turn. So we busted our €10 event already, and we just folded 6-9 because you know that's what you do in poker games, and we shouldn't have apparently. Put in a raise with deuces on the UOS table, got called by everybody, and then flopped the world. We'll check, see if somebody wants to bet into us. We're definitely playing this. We're definitely playing this hand though. No time for some value. Either take it down here or get some chunky value. I'm not putting anybody with diamonds. I'm sure bets the flop, so I'm not putting anybody on diamonds. There might be one diamond out there, so it's another reason why I want to put in a chunky bet here. Obviously not thrilled with that, but I guess we're busting this tournament. Yep, I guess we're busting this tournament. Alrighty, well, it's been a pretty fucking gross start to the UOS for us so far today. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Good luck on that leaderboard. Good luck on that leaderboard challenge, Broadjoy and Addy guys. I'm going to have to unfortunately miss about half the series, so I'm probably not going to be in the running no matter how well I do. But given that I've already unceremoniously busted the first 2 events, I'm probably not going to do nearly as well as I thought I was going to. We'll see how it goes from here on out. But so far it's been pretty gross start to the series. Still got the Hexapro going. I'm going to play one more. I've got one more ticket for the Hexapro. Once I finish this one, I'll register in one more, and then we'll be done with the Hexapros for the day. I can't figure out why registration's closed in the Dark Matter Nano. That's bizarre. There's only 9 people in it, but registration's closed already. Even though when you click on the tournament, it says registration is still open for 36 minutes. But there's no button to let me register. Maybe they've decided I've won it too many times. They're not going to let me play that tournament anymore. Maybe there was a protest by the Nano player. Says, you can't let that 10 Jilly bitch play this tournament anymore because she wins too much. I'd be okay with that, actually. I mean, it sucked, but I'd be okay with that. Alrighty, well, I just put my buy-in in for the Bounty Nano later on. I don't know if I'm going to play the Bounty Low or not. That's another. We're going to be all in the Hexapro against Ace 10. And he hits, of course. So we're done. We are done again. We cannot basically win anything today. We can't win when we're ahead. We can't win when we're behind. Can't win when we're racing. We just can't win today, apparently. 25, 25, we're going to get 25. Nope, we're going to get 150. Of course we're going to get 150. Because that's just the way today's going. Doesn't matter because we're going to lose anyways. Yeah, no, I agree. I prefer that as well, and I would have gotten the hand if I'd have bet that flop. I would have everybody would have folded out. There's no way. I don't think there's any way he's calling with his 9-10 with the 9 of diamonds there. But once the diamond comes on the turn and I'm betting there, it's unfortunately he's gonna. Although 9's a pretty weak card to call on, but still, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I did have the betting lead, now that I think about it. I was the raiser there, so I think I was anyways. It's off my screen now, so I can't go look at the hand again. Wonder if the hand replayer is working today. Let's have a look if the hand replayer is working today. Oh yeah, we're going to call in with our Ace-King every day. Can we win races? Nope, we can't win races. Oh, there we go. We won a race. Nope, we didn't win a race. We can't win races. Because they just fucking get there against us. Nope, we're done with the Hexapros. We're fucking done with your fucking dumbass Hexapros. God damn it. We are fucking done with your dumbass goddamn Hexapros. I'm starting to sound like Ian. Talking about Hexapros. Oh, too gross. Too gross. So what do you guys think? Did the all the other players get together and ban me from the Dark Matter Nano because I won it too many times? Alrighty, well, let's add in the Black Hole Nano as well for today. We'll start up in a few minutes. Alrighty, so we're in the Black Hole Nano. We've registered in the UOS Bounty Nano. Probably register the Dwarf Star Nano again as well, because we like that one. Let's update our spreadsheet with the depressing results so far. 0 in E3 and 0 in E2. However, we still have a chance to make money in the falling star. We're also going to add 0.5 for the nano black hole. Ooh. That's a nice hand in the falling star. We're going to add 0.25 for the UOS nano E6. Yeah, okay, dude. I'll go all in with you. I'll go all in with you, dude. Aces against... Oh, are you... No! Holy shit, that was fucking gonna be... I was gonna fucking scream. I was gonna fucking scream if that came down that way. You were gonna hear some... you're gonna hear some pretty salty language coming from this dude. Yeah, I mean, you should still fold on the turn, but, you know, once you've got the diamond flush, it's hard to fold there, I think, even with the 9. There was, my memory is putting a couple of big diamonds, like a jack and a queen, on the board as well, so... what that tells me is that the 9 isn't actually as bad a card as it was, because there's 2 dead big ones, so there's probably only going to be like the ace, the king, and the 10 out there at that point that beat you. So it's slightly better than if you know, it's all low diamonds. But yeah. I was going to go look at the hand replayer and see if we can get... Ooh, it is. So the Hexapro came right up. Let's go to the tournament. Ooh, tournament came right up as well. Tournament came right up as well. Interesting. Interesting. So if we go back down to... that hand. Ah, yes, there we go. Yeah, oh yeah. So there's the 9, the 10, and the jack are on board for diamonds. So, or sorry, he has the 9, the 10, the jack, and the queen are on board for diamonds. So the ace and the king are the only 2 diamonds that beat him. So he's actually, yeah, when the on the turn it's the jack and the queen. So he's only looking at 3 cards that beat him: the 10, the king, and the ace. Then the 10 comes on the river. He, you know, yeah. So I mean, I don't think it's a terrible call with the 9, but it's not a great call with the 9 either. I'm actually quite surprised that it's working. My hand replayer is like just coming just right up. Oh, maybe the last update actually fixed something with it. But yeah, I should totally, well, and this is the thing, even if I bet that flop, here, let's bring this up, actually. I'm gonna bring this up, and we're gonna run through this hand again. This is the one where I busted the nano UOS. Let's actually play our queens first. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Wait, see how this queen's hand goes out. Then we're going to go back and look at that deuce's hand where I busted out of the UOS nano. Definitely c-betting this flop. We're actually going to get calls from a lot of ace-x hands there. a lot of times. Alrighty, so let's go have a look at this. Let's go have a look at this deuces hand. So we're under the gun with deuces, and we put in a raise. We get called in 3 spots. So, yeah, I really should lead here because I have the betting lead and because I've got a strong hand, I guess. But I want people to bet into me so I can come over top of them. Is my I'm always planning to check raise here. So that's my hope here. That's why I've checked. I can totally see now where betting the flop is useful, but I also think in my hand's pretty disguised, and I think in cases where somebody does stab at the pot, I can get a ton of value from this sort of hand, from this line of play. Obviously, it doesn't work out for me in this case, but I think I don't mind the check here. What I hate is that nobody bets into this pot. I would have actually thought dude up here who flops the gut shot might have taken a stab at it, but he chooses not to. So now he's got up and down straights and the flush draw. So by the time the turn comes, he's not going anywhere actually, because he's got the 9 of 10. He's got the 9 of 10 with the 9 of diamonds here. So at this point, I understand totally why he's not going anywhere when I put the bet out. So if I put the bet out on the flop, we're probably in the same spot, because he probably calls me because he's got a gut shot and backdoor diamonds at this point. So he's probably going to call a flop bet, I think. But it's hard to say. So he definitely calls me here. I guess this is where I really went wrong. When the 4th diamond comes, I probably don't need to put the rest of my chips in. I can probably check fold my bottom set here. But I also think that I can rep a bigger diamond sometimes as well. And if he has a diamond like a 5 or a 6, if he's on, let's say he's on 5, 6 of diamonds, or 5, 6 with a 5 or a 6 of diamonds. Then he's actually thinking more, I think, about this size of a bet when he's got such a low diamond to play. The fact that he's got the 9 is sort of the perfect hand for him at this point. So I don't hate what it is. I think I can get away, but I honestly think that there's a lot of times when this shove on the river actually gets through as a bluff and gets him to fold small diamonds, or gets him to fold any paired hand that has paired before, which I guess I don't want him to do. But yeah, so I think there's a few spots where I could have played it a little better, because when we go through here, he calls me off and he's got the flush there. There's a few spots where I think I can bet the flop, but I think he calls me with his gut shot and backdoor diamonds on the flop. He's obviously calling me all the time, I think, with his up and down straight and diamond flush draw on the up and down straight draw and diamond flush draw on the turn. So I just think I was in a spot where I'm basically always betting with the worst hand there. Yeah, I think they must have fixed it. It came right up, because normally, the last little while I've been sitting around and it has not been coming up at all. So in that case, let's also go back. All right, so this is how my inglorious day ended in the low event. So let me bring this up. Hang on a sec. I'm going to fold that. bet UOS low replay. Alrighty, so this is how we yeah, no, I agree. I guess checking the set there. Like I say, I'm hoping somebody's going to come over top of me. But yeah, I can totally see where that did not, where I played that wrong in a couple of spots. The shove on the rivers, I could probably get away on the river. I could probably check fold on the river there with the set, with all the diamonds out there. But I also feel like that can be exploited a lot as well, so it's hard to say. All right, so let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this hand. This is how I busted out of the UOS low, first UOS low event today. So we've got ace king in the small blind. There's a raise from early position. We put in a 3-bet from the small blind with our ace king. A little bit more than 3x, which I think is a pretty decent sizing at this stage. Should get rid of a lot of weaker hands. I don't really want to go too much bigger. I suppose I could go as big as 4x, but again, I'm putting in extra money in the spots where I'm losing in those cases. So it's yeah. I mean, I'm not upset with the. I like the sizing at just a little bit over 3x. Should be enough to fold out most of the weaker holdings. We do get a call from the big blind though, and we get a call from the cutoff or from the early position raiser. And I think this is another spot. No, I put in the c-bet here. Probably didn't need to, but we've got the backdoor hearts. We've got a club blocker, a decent club blocker as well. It's not the nut blocker, but we've got a decent club blocker as well for the backdoor club draws. So I mean, I don't hate this. I don't hate this c-bet. When he calls, I should probably put him on a 10 or a 6 here. I put him on a heart draw a fair amount of the time as well, but I have to put him on something when he calls behind here, I think. So the ace comes on the turn, and I'm thinking, well, I've got top now, so no matter what he hit on the flop, and if he's on the heart draw, I'm ahead now, is my thought, right? So I'm continuing. I go from c-bet to value bet. And he comes over top of me. Now, I guess at this point, I can start thinking about things like two pairs, like the ace-10 or the ace-6. But I think I also have to be still thinking about the heart draws. Now, it's less likely he's going to come over top of me on the turn with a heart draw, I think. That's usually a flop move more than a turn move. But it can also be a turn move where you don't really want to gamble on that other card and you want to just get the hand over with now. So I'm actually thinking that there's a good chance that my top is still ahead. And I'm also thinking that he could be doing this with like an ace-queen, ace-jack type situation as well. So I think there's a lot of hands I can be ahead of when I do this. Just not when I call behind here. I'm just not ahead of the hand that he happens to have. So it's a bricky river. Now I guess there's a deuce 5 that gets there, and a 5-7 I guess gets there as well. But it's a pretty bricky card for the most part, I think. So I put in the rest of my money, I check and I call off the rest of my money, because I was thinking if I bet there, I'm probably not going to get called by weaker hands. And I actually want the value, so I want to give him the chance to bluff into me. So he bluffs, and I call with my top, and turns out he's got the ace-10 right from the start. So, I mean, I don't think that was a terrible spot. I don't think I played it particularly badly in any spot. I think I was just unlucky to be against the ace-10 there. Alrighty, so we are on a break. I don't actually have any new ads cut up for you guys yet today, so we're on old ad content. But I don't think I'm actually even going to go on an ad because I've already talked to you guys for an extra. Like, there's only 2.5 minutes left in this break, so we'll just leave it here and chat with you guys through the break and see where we're going. Let's go back and while I was going through all those hands, there was a ton of stuff on the. Yeah, no, you're right, Addy. I think. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's not the greatest. Yeah, I think my play with the set of deuces when I flopped the set of deuces was pretty bad. I don't think the play with the ace king was terrible. Um, Frankly, I think I just got unlucky in that spot. Nice, nice, nice. Enjoy the rum. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope you enjoy it there, Piano Cat. Black hole nano just kicked off. Hello, Night Shopper. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty, let's get my titles correct now. So we now have the falling star is there and there. And the black hole nano is there and there. Alrighty, so here we are in the black hole nano. We came fourth in this yesterday for a fairly chunky result. Might have been third or fourth in this one yesterday. As part of our a very good result on the day. We picked up a straight draw to go with our pair here, so gut shot. I don't think we're going anywhere. I think he can be c-betting twice with overcards on this board. So current layout is falling star nano, or Falling Star Bounty, and Blackwell Nano. We got the we got the UOS Bounty Nano coming up in 30 minutes time, and we've got the we'll have the Dwarf Star kicking off shortly as well. Yeah, no, that makes sense, Clydes. I can totally see that. I can totally see that line working as well. And being so deep, yeah, I am actually putting extra chips in when by doing that. So, yeah, you told me yesterday it was just supermarket rum, Piano Cat. But I mean, rum is rum, so I'm I'm okay with the supermarket rum. I'll bet that's fine. I'll bet it's very rummy, yummy, yummy, rummy. Got a pair of 10s here. Gonna put in a raise with them, get some of these limpers out of the way, I think. Yeah, I can totally see that. I mean, that's really why I feel like I'm in pretty good shape when the ace comes on the turn. I think that there's a lot of ways he could be there with worse aces or no ace at all, frankly. So put in the C-bet here with our 10s. You actually feel worse about the way I played in the hand that I busted the nano event in than I do about the hand I busted the low event in. It's just gross when you run into a hand like that in a event that you're spewing a bunch of cash out for that's higher than your normal buy-in by quite a bit. So it just hurts a little bit more when it happens. But that's life. I'm gonna see a flop with my connectors, or not, I guess. I guess we'll just throw away 15 chips. How's that instead? we would have won with our pair of eights if we'd have called that off. Putting in a raise on the falling star table with ace 3 from the cutoff. A little bit wide, I think, but we'll do a delayed C-bet on this. We're going to call him off when he bets there. I think we're going to call one more time. I think we're going to put in a small blocker bet here. Mostly that was to avoid him. I think he's betting more than a min bet on the river, so that was mostly to avoid him putting in a chunky bet that we felt we might have to call. Might not have been the best move, but we have the green and the black ace in black hole nano. Not a terrible hand to start with. Yeah, you're totally killing the Omaha Nano Omahas here, dude. Alrighty, we are in for our tournament life for 10 big blinds in the Falling Star Bounty. Putting our booty on the line, folks. We're putting our booty on the line. Does anyone want to take our booty? Anyone want to try to take our booty? Yep. One big stack wants to try to take our booty. I think we're ahead of his range. Way ahead of his range. Not anymore, though. Oh, well. It's just not our day today. We're just basically... Doesn't matter if we're ahead, behind, racing, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're just not getting there. We're just not getting there. Doesn't really matter what we're doing. We're just not getting there. I called that with my gut shot. This probably wasn't the best call in the world, but I just jumped into the Abyss Nano as well. I put in a 3-bet with my 7s here, I think. Oh, that's a pretty nice flop for our 7s. Put in a C-bet with it. Unfortunately, we don't get any action, but... Falling Star Booties, a big fat 0 there as well. Let's update our... There's the Abyss Nano. And then this is going to be the UOS E6. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to verify. E6. Nano Bounty. Yeah, the Calypso, Omaha Nano Calypso. Yeah, Busto E3 for me as well. No, I definitely think you've just been crushing that Calypso tournament the last couple of weeks. I mean, I know there's poker snobs out there that say if you aren't winning events, you're not doing well. But I wholeheartedly disagree with that. When you cash as many times in a row as you've cashed that Omaha Calypso, yeah, that's crushing an event. Whether you win it or not, you're fucking crushing that event, dude. Alrighty, so we got the Abyss Nano up as well now. We're gonna have the UOS Nano Bounty kicking off here shortly as well. Still debating whether I'm going to play the UOS Low Bounty event or whether I'm going to save the 4th slot for the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano. Not sure I want to fire another €10 bullet. I don't have a ticket for it today, so we'll see. But yeah, there's actually quite a bit of Omaha. There's only the one Nano that I'm aware of. There's a free roll. There's at least one free roll every day. I think there's 2 Omaha free rolls every day. I think the Omaha Calypso Nano is the only Nano event I'm aware of, but I'm sure there are €1 and €2 Omaha events that you can get involved in as well. So there's some low buy-in events. One of the reasons I'm debating not registering that €10 low event today is that I've sort of got the feeling that I'm getting run bad today. And I'm not sure I want to fire a €10 event when I'm feeling like I've got run bad. Especially not when I don't have a ticket to fire that event. On the other hand, I know that feeling like I have run bad is a ridiculously unscientific way to manage my poker. On the other hand, I know that your mental mindset is a crucial part of how well you're going to play the game. So there's like, once I consider like the 4 or the 5 hands involved here, I'm not entirely sure whether I should play it or not today. Yeah, 65 is a decent buy-in for it. It's a good way to introduce yourself to Omaha if you don't play a lot. I think it's a fun tournament. I personally get my ass waxed in it every time I play it. I don't think I've cashed. I think I might have cashed once or twice, min cashed, but I've never run deep in it, and I'm definitely a losing player in that particular tournament. Let me have a quick look at I'll tell you exactly how much of a losing player I am in that tournament. The Omaha Calypso, Nano Omaha Calypso. I mean, it's a small sample size for me. I've only played it 3 times, but I have not cashed once, so I have 3 buy-ins, 0 cashes for a 0% ROI. or minus 100% ROI, I should say. On that, I have lost everything I have played in that tournament. Kind of thought I hadn't. Well, it's a small sample size. I just tend to have other things going at the time, so it's not the first tournament I think to register, and I've already got a full slate of tables running, so it's and like today, I mean, I'm looking at it now, and I'm going, eesh, you know, I want to leave these other two spots open for either the UOS bounty and the Dwarf Star bounty, or the two UOS bounties. So once again, I'm looking at it, and I just don't have the table space available for that one. So it's like my fifth choice, and when I'm only playing 4 tables, when your fifth choice doesn't get played a lot. So, but it is a very fun tournament, and I do. I mean, I am somewhat of a fan of um, Omaha, so it is fun. Sweet MV, good luck, my friend. Ah, yes, I see you flip like Lanny. Hope you can flip like Lanny, dude. Picked up an ace queen here, so we're definitely gonna suited ace queen. We're definitely gonna be interested in getting involved with that. We're going to go to like a little bit more than 5x to account for the 2 limpers. I guess maybe this is just a call behind spot sometimes. This is sort of like the ace-king that we were looking at before, given how deep we are. But I don't mind just taking it down here as well, which is one of the reasons I do that. When I just call and I miss the flop, it's a lot harder to get value out of my hand, I think. So practice makes perfect, leads. That said, I think even the best even the best Omaha players in the world admit that luck box is a huge part of Omaha play. I mean, there's obviously strategy, and the best players in the world are really good at that strategy. But at the end of the day, you're only talking about 60-40 edges most of the time at best. 70-30 is almost unheard of for a flop equity in Omaha. Because there's just so many draws that can get there, and there's just so many other hand combinations that can get there when there's 4 cards out there in everybody's hand. So luck box is a huge part of being successful at Omaha, because I mean, people think luck box means you're winning your 10% spots all the time. That's not really what luck box means. What luck box means is that you're the kind of guy that wins 3 out of 5 of your flips. right? That's a luck box because you're only supposed to win 2.5 out of 5 of those flips. So if you can win 6 or 7 out of 10 of your flips instead of 5 out of 10 of your flips, that's a luck boxy. And that's the kind of luck box. If you're that kind of luck box, then you're going to do really well in Omaha because you're going to be the one that ends up out pipping the person. You're going to be the one that ends up rivering the higher straight. You're going to be the one that you're going to be the one that ends up turning the flush against the guy that flopped the nut straight. That sort of thing is so. There is a luck box to it, but it's the luck box of being on the right side of the marginal situations, or the very close situations. I mean, not marginal ones, the very close situations. But yeah, Omaha's definitely got a much higher component of luck to it because the spots you get into are so much closer to 50% most of the time. Well, sounds like everybody in the channel's had a pretty bad start to their UOS run. So we flopped open-ended. I was having a whisper chat with Piano Cat yesterday. One of the common terms in Canada for the kinds of straights where you can either hit a low card and make a low straight, or you can hit a higher card and make the higher straight, but it's not really open-ended. It's like a double gut shot draw. We call those up and down in Canada, and I think it's a fairly common term in the U.S. as well. So I mean, I don't know. Does anybody else out there? Has anybody else out there heard up and down before? I mean, this isn't up and down. This is open ended. But let's say I have the 8 ace here, the ace 8 here. Either a 9 or a king can hit me if I have the ace 8. So that to me would be up and down. That's like a double gutty, which we would call up and down. So I'm just curious if anybody else has used / heard that term before. Well, I mean, I guess second pair with the draw is probably no good here. I mean, ace king or 8-9, 9 king. There's a lot of the straight hands that get there that he could easily have here. So, yeah, 9 king. The dude with queen 8 should never, ever be calling there, I don't think. Well, I guess he's got the diamond draw. But that's pretty marginal. Never fold your queen 7. Although actually 3 queens on this board is not the strongest hand in the world. I mean, it's obviously ahead here a lot of the time, and now that the rivers come, it's probably ahead. But There's a lot of ways it could have been behind afterwards. So ace jack, we're going to put in a raise with that, even under the gun. Big Mama's been playing back at us a lot. I wonder if ace jack is a call. I mean, this is one of those absurdly large shoves again. There's a lot of people that do those quite weak, but then there's a lot of people that do those with the super strong hands as well. It's kind of like I don't want to play post flop with my hand, which usually means it's not super huge. But when you know that, that also makes it very profitable to do this with ace, ace, and king, king sometime, because you get people like me who sit here and go, should I call off with ace jack or not? Probably not, but it's one of those spots where I just, I actually think ace jack is probably right on the verge or right on the edge of where I should be calling or not. On whether I should be calling or not there. I don't know. I just know that those massive shoves, it basically means I don't want to play post flop with it, which means he probably doesn't have a super strong value hand in those spots. I don't know enough about him though to know whether he's gone to the other level of thinking to go, well, that's what a lot of people think in these spots. So when I do it with a super value hand, I'm going to get called off light, and I'm going to get a double up through it. So it's a tough spot. Being that it's a black hole and being that it's a rebuy, it might have been worth me taking the shot there just to see what he has and be able to get a better read on what he's playing next time as well if I'm behind, or get a decent double up. And again, the rebuy nature of the black hole and the number of times people are willing to fire there often could mean that he's doing that pretty light, just trying to steal chips. And you as well, a Piano Cat. Good luck to you. Good luck to all. It has just popped up. I'm going to get my table configured for y'all to watch me play. Hopefully it will go a little bit longer than it did with my other ones. And there we go. We are up and running. Up and running with UOS event number 6, Bounty Nano. Ah, hello, Piano Cat. I see you there, Punky Chick. I remembered. I remember today. I don't have to ask you again what your username is. I remember. For those of you unaware, Punky Chick up here to my right in the EOS Nano is Piano Cat, our friendly neighborhood cat and moderator on the channel here. Hey, what was the command? We were watching Tony yesterday, Piano Cat, and you said something in chat about us needing another command here. What was the command that we needed? I forget now. I did rather cheekily tell you that you have the power to create commands on my channel, which was kind of my intention of going, if you want a command, go ahead and make it. But I forget now what it was, actually. And I'm not entirely sure whether it was a serious suggestion or a cheeky suggestion on your part. Sorry to raise your blind here, Piano Cat, but I do have ace-9, so, it's not a terrible hand to raise with. We're going to go for a delayed c-bet in this spot, so we'll check back and see what the turn brings. I think this is a good spot for a c-bet. The jack is definitely part of our range. Fold the 8 deuce. We're not usually fans of limping, but we've gone limpy behind with the king jack offsuit here. The Lonely Charles, as I like to call it, on black hole nano. We flop middle pair, which is not a terrible spot to be in. With a limpy pre-flop, there's probably not going to be a ton of aces out there. Could be some trap aces. But I think it's worth putting a bet in on this board. Our king jack's going to be the best hand here. A reasonably high percentage of the time, I think. Nice one, Piano Cat. Good job, good job. You getting money for that? You getting tickets for that? Are you getting slot tickets for that? What's your prize pool in that slot free roll? Gotcha, Cleed. Yeah, in Canada, the up and down wouldn't really be used typically to refer to open-ended. We'd call that open-ended. The up and down is specifically, or usually specifically, when it's a double gutty type scenario. And we would tend to not use the term double gut shot or double gutty all that often. We tend to use up and down probably more than double gutty. The house cat. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Command you want is mute. Ah, yes. That is correct. That is the command that I want. And it was both cheeky and serious. I like that. I like that you can be both cheeky and serious at exactly the same time, Piano Cat. I love that about you. So one of the things that makes me ever grateful for your friendship. Rashka, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you hanging out here on the mothership with us. We are playing some Unibets pokers. Got the Unibet Online series running at the moment. Raksha is one of the players that I was playing with in Tony Warrior's Soko series over the past few days. I love those mixed game series he runs over there. It's not a lot of money up for stakes. It's tiny buy-ins. It's like 11 cent, 13, 25 cent buy-in kind of deals. So there's never a lot of money up for stakes, up for grabs. But I just love the mixed game poker, and it's just a ton of fun. And I'm not sure I'd play them if there was a ton of money up for grabs, because I'm not sure that I feel like I'm in my mixed game zone as well as I was a few years ago. So I'm not sure I'd want to drop a bunch of big money on a series like that. But I'm happy to drop 11 or 15 cents because, it's not really that relevant in the grand scheme of things, and it's just a fun way to play. So it was great to have fun with that and play it. So I'm glad you came over to check out the mothership. Raksha, thank you for popping by. Click that follow button if you like what you see. We're mostly playing Unibet Poker. We got 3 games going on at the moment. Let me give you a quick overview of what we're playing at the moment. So right now we've got 3 Unibet games running. Top left, we've got the Abyss Nano is a 60-cent buy-in with a €20 guarantee up top. Top right is the Black Hole Nano, which is a 50-cent buy-in with a €100 guarantee up top. Rebuys both of those events. Bottom left is the Unibet Online Series Bounty Nano event, E6. It's 25-cent buy-in, €100 guaranteed up top, and it's a 50-50 bounty prize pool distribution. Oh, come on, Moobot. I want to time Moobot out. Moobot is a bit of a bitch sometimes. We'll go back to the better action. Able to see the action a little bit better. Let's actually go have a look at what's happening down on the UOS table. We got a pair of 4s that we're putting a raise with under the gun. So on a 5-handed table is really the hijack spot, so it's not that unusual. Not the best flop for a pair of 4s. It's not a terrible flop for our range, though. We're gonna have a jack some of the time with like ace jack hands and so on. So I think we're gonna see bet here. Mr. Orky's a familiar face. We play against him quite a bit in the Nano games. So we've just turned open and a straight draw with the clubs on board, which isn't great for us. But we probably check behind here, see what the turn brings. No, actually, I think we continue to bet our value here with us. It's a sort of a semi-bluff, I think, here, because I am betting a little bit on my straight draw now as well. And somewhat trying to represent one big club. But oh, sweet, good. I wasn't sure. I'd have to go back and look through my follower list, but I'm glad you do follow me. Well, so far the E6 is going better than the other ones have gone. Still not going great, but we are getting there. Let us also jump into the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano. So that's 0.25, and that's Nano Dwarf Star. Alrighty, so that is that. We are rolling. As soon as that is ready to roll, we'll get that up on screen. Should be starting here in a couple of minutes. That will put 4 tables on the screen for us. Picked up a very nice hand here on the black hole table. Also got an interesting hand developing on the UOS E6 table. And we also now have the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano running as well. Currently, that's what our table layout looks like. Abyss Nano top left, Black Hole Nano top right, UOS Event 6 Nano bottom left, and Dwarf Star Bounty Nano bottom right. Cool, cool, cool. Yes, you're right. I do need a mute. I do need a mute command. It does happen to me at least once a stream. I do try to mute myself whenever I cough or sneeze, because it would blow you guys' eardrums out to hear me. Especially my sneezes would blow your eardrums out if I miss. But that does mean I will occasionally forget to unmute myself. Big Mama puts in the 3-bet after our raise, just a min 3-bet. I think we're going to call behind with our suited Jack 10. We flop the suit. I think we're going to put in our C-bet now. Well, it's not really a C-bet since she re-raised, but go back to our full table view again. It's a little easier to see. A little easier to see the action. Always nice to hit top pair. Check to the razor. Call behind. Hopefully they didn't just hit a 9 on the flop. I could have let them check bluff into me again on the river, rather than donking out for a pot bet there. But especially when the diamonds come in, I really hate facing a bet there, frankly. So I much rather force them to face a bet. Yeah, I mean, I'm always getting snapped off when they've got diamonds or the 9. It honestly wasn't feeling that way to me, but I actually think that given the way he played that, there are hands that he calls me off there that I'm beating. Worse queens. Worse queens. Even a 4, I think he might be doing that with. Or she. Wow, €25 ticket. Holy shit, that's a chunky prize. That's a chunky little prize you got going there. Nice. Interesting hand developing in the. I raised with the ace king pre-flop. Got 3-bet by H420 here. I check. He c-bet. I check called the c-bet on the flop. Gonna check call here as well. I think. I think I'm probably up against a pair. So I think if I was to hit my ace or my king or queen, I would have been ahead. I think it probably goes check check here quite a bit, and he has a pair. Oh, he has ace queen, and we win. Okay, that's surprised by that line he took. Probably wins that if he manages to fire another bullet on the river. Might probably fold to another bullet on the river there. Jesus, that's some nice prize pools. Is that something you got for playing a certain amount of slots in the week, or is it like just something something anyone could buy into, or what? That does sound interesting. Nice hand, Piano Cat. Very nice hand. There's an interesting hand developing on this. We're just going to keep, we've been value betting all 3 streets. Got an interesting hand developing here. I got raised, I called behind with my 8s. We're going to check on the flop. We're going to put our bet in here for sure. And we river the nuts. Yes, there's a couple of hands that beat us, but they are super unlikely. We could have maybe checked, let him bet into us there. Good game for you, Piano Cat. Well done. Gonna see a flop with my suited king. We end up with bottom pair. Probably not going anywhere here. Then again, to a shove, we probably are going somewhere, I guess. We got a break coming up. Just got one final hand to play here on the UOS table. I'm going to get Dreaming Sets chips at some point today. He's been playing super aggressive into us without the goods, I'm sure of it, but haven't had a chance to actually take him down yet. Alrighty, so we got a break coming up. Going to set up. No new ads, unfortunately, today, so we're going to be back to running old repeats again, but enjoy.
Good morning, ma'am. This is our Aunt Jemima Buttermilk Complete Pancake Mix. Ma'am, our Aunt Jemima Buttermilk Complete has more buttermilk, makes lighter pancakes. This has more buttermilk than any other mix. Any other. How do I get to these people? I know. You can't deny it's a great pancake.
What kind of pancake is that?
Aunt Jemima Buttermilk Complete. You can't deny it's a great pancake.
This is the New York Health and Racket Club. HRC's incomparable clubs today and take advantage of our special of the month. Enjoy fantastic savings now.
Holiday greetings to you and yours from Genevieve's Drugstores. Merry Christmas and a new year filled with good cheer and good health. Genevieve's, a real drugstore.
Some women lunch at the plaza, ski in San Moritz, and buy expensive furs every year. Some women just look that way, but they have one thing in common, the Ritz thrift shop. Some sell us their furs, others buy them. We've been handling the finest second-hand used furs for over 50 years, and some of the world's loveliest furs are here at a fraction of the original cost. See them at the Ritz thrift shop at 107 West 57th Street. You don't need a million to look like a million.
Oh, thank you.
News 4, the heart of New York City. News 4,
the Bronx and Stony Brook.
News 4,
the Meadowlands in Westport.
News 4,
Park Slope and Sandy Hook.
News 4 New York, we know all the places. News 4 New York,
we never miss a spot.
News 4 New York,
cover the bases.
News 4 New York,
we know where it's hot.
We know where it's hot. News 4.
Roseland is dancing cheek to cheek. Roseland is the Latin beat. Roseland is disco. Roseland is dancing. 2 orchestras Wednesday through Sunday. Midnight disco Friday and Saturday. Earlier Wednesday and Thursday. Roseland, New York's in-spot for dancing and dining. You'll love it.
When you want to give something very special to the ones you love, dazzle them with diamonds from SMA Diamond Importers. At SMA, you can select diamonds in a private showing by appointment only. You'll receive individual attention and be shown a magnificent selection of dazzling diamonds at unbelievably low prices. Call for an appointment in Manhattan or New Jersey.
Ooh, love deserves a diamond from SMA.
Diamond Importers.
Road to riches starts with a dime.
And starting January 1st, the Dime of New York brings you big savings on whole life and 5-year renewable term Savings Bank life insurance. These new lower rates make insurance for yourself and your family more affordable than ever. So get started now with this lower cost protection of the Dime. The Dime Savings Bank of New York.
The road to riches starts with a dime.
A happy holiday season from the Dime.
Travelers who know their way around New York know the right hotel.
We'll drop the bags at the Essex House first.
It puts you within minutes of the places you'll want to go.
The Essex House, please.
And the things you'll want to do.
Essex House.
Impeccable accommodations and service. Marriott's Essex House Hotel. A breath of fresh air on Central Park South.
We are back to Queens on the, of course, an ace comes on the flop, but what are you going to do? Get a C-bet. We'll check back, probably calling most river bets. With only the ace there, I think we're probably calling most river bets. I mean, he's going to have an ace some of the time for sure, but I don't think he needs to have an ace all of the time, that's for sure. I don't think we have a value bet here, even though I'm not sure he's still there. I think he might actually be sitting out, but I think we just check back here in case he's got the ace, of course. Of course, he's just got the ace. Just a reminder what we're playing at the moment. Got 4 tables running. We got the BIS Nano top left, a 1 buy-in so far. Not doing hot in it, not doing terrible. We got the Black Hole Nano 1 buy-in so far. Doing better in that one. Got more than a start stack there. Got the UOS E6 a Bounty Nano in the bottom left. Not doing so hot in there. We're below our start stack due to our right has just been brutalizing us so far today. And bottom right, we have the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano. We have a trophy. We have a couple trophies in that one. Go pretty deep in it on a fairly regular basis. So we'll see how we go today. That's currently what we're playing. Never fooled your 4-7 on the UOS table, apparently. Put in a raise with my ace-9 under the gun, the Dwarf Star Bounty. Again, 6-handed table under the gun is not the same as under the gun on a 9-handed table. Nice hand, Piano Cat. Piano Cat just took a great hand with a bigger ace against Dreaming Sets, who's been super, super, super active. We're going to see a flop there with that against the small stack. Flop has not worked out the way we wanted it to, but I mean, I could have put in a raise there for sure. Pre-flop, but took a decent pot there in the Dwarf Star Bounty. So we're going to get out of the way here. I know it's a little easier to see when I'm on the one table mode, so I'll just flip between tables as they get interesting. Might be something interesting happening on the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano table. We do flop top pair. It's the wrong suit, but I'm not hugely unhappy with that. It was like a limped pot pre-flop, so I'm pretty happy to put out the bet with my top pair. Anybody with a single spade is going to come along for sure. And obviously anybody with 2 spades is going to come along as well. But I think we're ahead of most hands at this point. And I think we're going to keep value betting our top pair. Trying to push out the spade draws. That could easily be a spade draw. It's not likely already got spades. We now have 2 pairs, so we're calling off, I think, pretty much every bet. Yeah, 10 with a spade draw. That's a good re-raise there on the turn there, I think. Till the end of next week, I believe, evisceration. And welcome, by the way. I'm not muted. We got action happening on the Abyss Nano table. And we're going to be putting all of our money in the middle with our jacks here. I was just about to do the bankage thing, and no luck. Alrighty, so we're done in the Abyss Nano, folks. We are done in the Abyss Nano. Evening out, man. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Lots of big fat zeros going into the column today, unfortunately, but that's the way poker goes. We had a pretty good day yesterday, so can't complain too much. Had 3 final tables yesterday, won 25 euros on under $2 in buy-ins, so it was a darn good day. Set a new bankroll maximum for the stream as well at 181 euros. So we are moving up in the world here on the Mothership Poker stream, folks. Our Unibet Free Roll Challenge is going well, I would have to say. We started this trip off with exactly $0. We have not made any deposits into our Unibet account, and we now have over 150 euros in our Unibet account. So I think it's going relatively well for us. I'm going to call with the 3s and set mine. We're probably not going to set mine down here on the Dwarf Star Bounty, however. We decided not to set mine either. It was a deuce 5-7 flop on the black hole, so we're actually putting a bet in with our... We're going to put in a raise with the aces. Trying to get his bounty there. That's why I shoved. I also thought it might look bluffy, and he might call me off with a weaker hand with just one pair or something. Didn't work in that case, but that was the thought. That was the idea. Jamie Hardy, thank you for hosting me, Mr. Hardy. It's Hardy Poker has just given us, looks like it's just given us the host, maybe? Or is that old? No, that can't be old. That's like brand new on my thing. Let me have a quick look at, I don't know why it didn't notify me for that. Or maybe it notified me while I was away from the channel. Nope, doesn't say anything about us being hosted. Just got a whisper from Tony Warrior saying that I won an $11 Poker Stars ticket for my 5th place overall in the series. So that's pretty cool. Mathram, thank you very much for the host, my friend. Thank you very much for the host. How did your cycling day go, buddy? I noticed you were doing the cycling thing, recruiting a new team for Season 4, if I remember your title correctly. Of course, if you're anything like me, your title is not necessarily representative of what you're actually doing that day because it's sometimes days old, in my case. Yeah, how'd your cycling go, buddy? I think Jamie hosted me earlier as well, although I'm not seeing any evidence of that in my anywhere except here on Moobot. But if Jamie did host me, and if you're in the chat, Jamie, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Of course, you guys all know Mathram, but I'm still going to give him a caster shout out. And I'm also, just because I know Jamie auto-hosts me, maybe that's why, because it's auto-host. Maybe I don't get notified of auto-host, so I'll have to look at my settings for that. All right, so why does Hardy Poker not resolve to an actual caster handle? Let's try that again, shall we? I don't know why that's not resolving to a link to his channel. I'm sure Hardy Poker is the right channel. But also, of course, thanks to Mathram, and welcome to everybody who's come over from his channel. Yeah, Hardy Poker is definitely the right name. I'm getting my ass whooped a bit in the UOSs so far. So let's try the copy paste option. Nope, doesn't want to work with Jamie today for some reason. Thanks for the host though, buddy. I appreciate it, and thank you for the host, Mathram. I think it's do or die time for me in the Bounty Nano. I was also pretty sure that Orky folds anything that isn't a 9 to that raise as well, so I'd probably get bigger kings to fold out, or sorry, bigger aces to fold out there with that raise. All the love for Mathram, yes, all the love for Mathram. Thank you very much for the host, my friends. For all those coming over from Mathram's channel, if you haven't seen me before, I am Lyle Bateman, aka Elron66, aka 10 Jilly, aka Elron6900, aka a few other things as well, but we don't need to go into that at this point. I am casting to you live from southern Alberta in Canada, a little city called Medicine Hat. Yes, that is the name of our city, Medicine Hat. I know it sounds weird to other people. Kind of sounds weird to Canadians sometimes too, but it is named after a historic battle that happened here centuries ago amongst the local native tribes, where the retreating, losing armies, Medicine Man lost his headdress in this valley, and it was claimed by the local tribe as a trophy, and the area became known as Samus. I'm almost certain I'm mispronouncing that because I don't have language training in the proper language. And even if I spell it for you, Saamis, that is taking a language that is not meant to be spelled in the Latin alphabet and spelling it with the Latin alphabet. So you know, it's not the greatest choice in the world. Anyways, Samus, which actually stands, which is their word for the hat that the Medicine Man wore, which got anglicized as Medicine Hat. So that's where I'm casting from. We are playing 3 games at the moment. We just busted out of the Bis Nano. We are also playing the Black Hole Nano, where we had a bit of a stack. We no longer have a stack. We lost a bit of a hand. We are also playing the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano, where we do actually have a stack. I should have shoved here with the 4s, but we get through anyways. It was that was not a very good play by me. I should have actually shoved that. I shouldn't have open raised. Well, hey, you know, doping wins races in cycling, from what I understand. So you might be okay as long as you can fool those testing boards. I mean, Lance Armstrong did it for years, right? So. So I'm guessing that the game doesn't allow you to dope your players, right? It doesn't actually allow you to like cheat at cycling. It only allows you to compete at cycling in the proper way, is what I'm guessing. But it would be actually super cool if you could, do like doping, and then you had to evade the doping officials after the races if you were doping your. I mean, that would add a super great layer to the game. But I'm guessing they don't do that. That would be like Pro Cycling Manager Grand Theft Auto version. Oh no, Night Shopper. Yeah, I know. It sucks this game, eh? I lost the first UOS low, Ace King worse than Ace 10. You know, it's the way life goes in this game. It's gross. Yesterday I was winning all my races, and yesterday I was winning my marginal spots, and yesterday I was holding when I was getting there ahead, and I ended up in three final tables, and a really good cash, really good profit for the day. Today it's the exact opposite. I can't win my races. When I'm ahead, they get there. And when I'm behind, I don't get there. So it's kind of the opposite, reverse today. Put in a raise on the black hole table with a pair of sixes. We've got third pair to the board. Facing a donk bat. Guess we get out of the way to the donk bat. It seems like a weird spot. Unless you just call behind with the 10-8 or the 10-3. But even still, I think you want value. Although maybe that's just me, and we've seen how well that thinking's worked out for me today so far. It's got me busted in a couple of spots. Trying to get other people to bet into me. Suited ace 5's not the greatest spot for an under the gun raise. I think six-handed it's not terrible. If it's unsuited, I'm probably not thinking too much about it, but suited, I'm much more interested. Put in a raise with a pair of 8s on the dwarf star table. And I'm continuing on this board most of the time. I mean, he could just have a queen here. He could also have clubs here. Ace X of clubs. He's not going to have ace 3 very often, but he could have ace 3 some of the time. I'm not sure ace 3 calls me on the flop very often. And instead he just has a bluff. Cool, so that gives us a 6-cent bounty. We are on the board. We've cracked our 0 for the day so far. We have put some money in the bank. That's always a nice feeling. Yeah, no doubt. That's why I said I was sure that they weren't going to allow it. It's the same thing with like the football manager games and stuff. You need the support from the leagues, and if you are actually too realistic, then the leagues aren't going to give you the support because they don't want to acknowledge that it's something that goes on and that they have to deal with. So it would, however, be an awesome addition to the game. I think if they had, if you could dope your players, but then in order to survive, you had to. Alrighty, so we are done in the UOS Bounty Nano, folks. It's been a brutal first day in the UOS for us, but it's been a decent first day so far in the Dwarf Star Bounty Nano, and we're still alive in the Black Hole Nano, so it's okay in some of those. But it has been a brutal first day for us in the UOS today. Yeah, likewise, Broadjoy. 0 points for me. 3 events, 0 cashes for me so far in the EOS event. €10, 75 cents. 0 to show for it so far. This is probably my last stream before I go off on my break to Calgary. I might stream tomorrow, but I'm probably going to be packing and getting ready to head to Calgary. I am going to play the UOS events tomorrow. I also kind of want to watch Ian if he comes back for his first stream after the Irish Open tomorrow, which I think he's probably going to do. And he's going to play some UOS events, so I'll probably hang out in his stream and get ready to head off to Calgary and play the UOS from there. So I probably won't stream tomorrow. So this is probably the last time you guys will be seeing me before I head off to Calgary, and then I'll be back next week again to stream some more UOS events. That was a pretty absurd hand where ace deuce just shoves a billion big blinds and 7-7 just calls off a billion big blinds. Very strange hand there in the dwarf star, but hey, what are you going to do? It's the way poker goes. I think I'm putting it in here against him, given what he did it with last time. Oh, wow. Wow. I mean, do we have to be crushed that fucking badly when we do that? Honestly? Wow. It's been a fucking gross day for us so far today. I mean, we obviously didn't need to be crushed that badly when he does that. If he's going to do that with ace-9, we obviously don't need to be crushed that badly when we come back over top of him with king-jack there. You know, there's a ton of hands that he's doing that with that we're in really good shape to, I think. So. Thank you, Piano Cat. It's just not my day in the UOSs today. Hopefully tomorrow will go a little better. Not my day in anything so far today. I've just been getting my ass handed to me. We did pull 6-cent bounty out of the dwarf star before we lost our head and blew it all against Mr. Big Stack. I'm gonna shove insane amounts of money with bizarre hands. What are you gonna do? I don't think my reshove with King Jack is terrible there. And I think, given what we saw him shove with the ace deuce previously, I think coming back over top of him with the King Jack suited is not going to be a terrible move ever. But maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in chat, guys, because I could easily have been like super light there, and maybe I'm not supposed to think so much about his previous shove there. Maybe I'm supposed to think about the number of blinds I'm putting in with the hand I have instead. But it just seems like King Jack suited is going to be in pretty good shape against a lot of. If he's doing what he did with ace deuce on the previous hand, and then when he's willing to do the same thing with ace-9 suited there. And then call off when I reshove over top of him. It strikes me that the King Jack reshove is not a terrible move. But again, let me know if I'm thinking about that incorrectly. I'm going to play this one a little cagely. Got lots of backdoor draws. We got the gut shot straight. We got backdoor hearts. So I don't think we're going anywhere on a flop like this. Of course, we got the overcards as well. So now we're up and down, which means we're not going anywhere. I think even to a pot bet, we're not going anywhere. The 9 or the king gives us the straight. And I actually think there's not a lot of 9 queens out there, or yeah, there's not a lot of 9 queens out there. So I actually think the ace gives us the best hand here as well, a lot of the time. Wow. Hey Waynes, good to see ya. Thank you for popping by the mothership today. Much appreciated. Always love having you and everybody around checking things out. I used to have amazing trouble figuring out how to pronounce your name until I heard Ian call you Waynes, and I'm like, and then I looked at it and I'm like, of course it's Waynes. Why did I have trouble? I was like Wawanese or some ridiculous thing like that before when I looked at it. It just all the letters all the similar letters together confused me. I'm easily confused. So I was having trouble, and then Ian said it, and I'm like, duh, of course it's Waynes. What else would it be? So at the moment, this Black Hole Nano is all I've got left going. All I've got left. Because I suck today, apparently. My 5s can be good there some of the time, actually. Good. School is good, Waynes. The grind for me so far today has been awful. If you want to know the truth, I've been getting my ass handed to me at every turn, pretty much. But we had a good day yesterday, so I can't really complain too much. Poker is very much one of those games where you've just got to put up with people repeatedly kicking you in the balls because you're going to get a chance to kick somebody else in the balls, and when that happens, you're probably going to come out with a pretty good result at the end of the day. So. Gonna call and see a flop with this Jack 10. So got middle pair and some straight draws. Not really thrilled with the 3 diamonds on the flop, but even less thrilled with the 4 diamonds on the turn. I'd be astonished if someone doesn't have a diamond here. Well, I don't know. It just in that I don't necessarily think in general he pronounces things correctly, but in that particular case, it just made so much sense that I was like, yeah, he must have it. He must have it, that one correct at least, because once I looked at the name after he pronounced it, I'm like, well, yeah, of course that's what it would be. Of course that's what it would be. I was just getting confused by all the double letters together because I'm easily confused. Yeah, Wayne's is not even correct. Alrighty. Wanus? Wanus. Okay, cool. Wanus. I like that. Wanus? Wanus. I do actually like to make an effort. One S. One S. One S. Cool. One S. Okay. I do actually like to make an effort to try to pronounce things correctly. I do know that my Canadian accent means that there are certain things. Like I know I butcher the local Aboriginal languages when I try to pronounce those names. I know I butcher those pronunciations because I just don't have the phonetic brain to deal with the sounds that are necessary to pronounce things correctly in their language. And it's the same thing with a lot of non-English stuff. The farther you get from English, the less likely I'm going to be able to pronounce things correctly because I don't have the phonetic toolkit to be able to get the sounds out correctly. And that's why that's why people have accents. That's why when somebody from Asia comes to North America and learns English, chances are, no matter how long they spend, if they come over as an adult, chances are, no matter how long they spend learning English, they're going to have a slight accent of some sort because their brain was trained to speak different phonemes than the English language speaks. So it is nearly impossible for them to retrain their brain in most cases to actually be able to make the new phonemes. Retrain their brain and their vocal cords for that matter, because your vocal cords get trained to speak in certain ways as well. And that all happens when you're learning the languages when you're really young. So once that's done, it's really, 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 really hard to get things to change. But I do like to make an effort to try to pronounce things correctly because I think it matters, and I think it's not. When you're talking about a word from another language, the pronunciation is correct the way they do it. Even when it gets anglicized, that becomes incorrect, I think, the anglicized version. So I think it's important to get the correct inflection and the correct pronunciation from the original when you're going to do that. So, oneness. Oneness. Cool. Oneness. The jury is out. The jury will see if we can get it. cool, cool, cool. And it is correct. Yay! Yay! I'm just glad for guys like Ian Simpson because I know I can pronounce his name, right? Oh gosh, you're still in the E3, Addy? Geez, the E3 is like a distant memory for me. I feel like I played that months ago. I feel like I busted E3 months ago. Yeah. I do like to make an effort to pronounce things correctly. I think it's important. When I was over in Nigeria, I made an effort to try to pronounce their names as close as I could, and learn the pronunciations because I think I think it matters, frankly. You know, if you're a French guy and your name is Henri, I should not be calling you Henry, right? I mean, Henry is not your name. It's not the way it's supposed to be pronounced, even though technically, as an English person, I could look at Henri and come up with Henry pretty easily. I happen to know that you're French, therefore, I happen to know your name is Henri, and I should try to pronounce it Henri or as close to Henri as I can get, rather than Henry, right? So I think it matters. I frankly think it matters a lot whether uh, when you try to pronounce things correctly. It's funny. I watched some of the old high stakes poker clips and stuff, and there are a couple of clips where Eli Elezra and Tom Dwan are playing together, and there's a few people that do this, but Tom Dwan's one of the worst culprits for it. Whenever Tom Dwan's talking about Eli in a hand, Tom Dwan calls him Eli. Now I've heard Eli talk about his name, and I've heard that him say quite emphatically that my name is Eli. My name is not Eli, and pronouncing it Eli is wrong. And I've heard him say that quite emphatically on a number of times. And yet, I constantly hear people mispronounce his name as Eli instead of Eli. So I do think it matters, and I do think it's important, and I think I think some people are less attuned to it than other people, but I think it matters, and I think if it matters to you, I don't think that's I don't think that's invalid. I think it's a perfectly valid thing to matter to you. Alrighty. I should never fold 4-4. I was in early position though under the gun, and I didn't really feel like doing that. But of course we flop our set when we fold our 4-4. Like fucking quads. Oh, just rub it in. Just just stomp on me and just rub it in there right on that river. Quads against some dude who rivers the flush. We would have like billions of chips at this point if we'd not been like fucking nits and folded our hand. That's the kind of day it's been for us, though, folks. That's the kind of day it's been for us. That's okay. I mean, I got a gut shot to the 8 here, right? So, yeah, we don't hit it. Pair of aces. We'll put in a raise with that one. Yeah, I mean, maybe my jam gets through if I open jam that, which is what I should have done. Maybe the rest of the guys don't get involved in it, but yeah, and part I don't think my mindset's quite in the game right today. And one of the reasons I didn't shove that 4-4 there is that the back of my head I've got this thing going where I'm just going to get called by overcards and they're going to get there because I can't win races today. And when I shove with 4s, I'm always going to be in a race when I get called. So I know that in part I'm letting my mental state interfere with the moves I should be making in the game. which is probably another spot here where I should probably call that with the two, with the raise and the caller. And I've got odds to probably call here, and I should probably call with something like a 7-8, even if it's offsuit. But so I do know that that's part of it. So I think part of it is my. I'm probably not going to reg anything else. I'm probably going to wind the stream down after the black hole's on, because I don't really think I'm in great mental shape right now for playing, frankly, based on some of the things I've been doing and the decisions I've made today. I don't really think it's. I don't really think I'm making the best decisions in the world. I'm not so sure about that hand. I'm actually not sure that once the flop comes and I hit my 8 and there's an ace on the board, if Bethot's involved in the pot, I'm not sure that I go. I'm not sure I ever make it to the river to see the third 8. We'll see. It's hard to say, of course, but we have a break coming up. Alrighty, we're going to send you guys off to some more commercials, and I will be back after the break here in a couple of seconds. Give me a moment. We'll be right back.
This pen in metallic tones is a pearl of a gift. This lighter in vibrant fashioned colors is a pearl of a gift. This ultra-slim pen in its rich jeweler's finish is a pearl of a gift. This Christmas, give a pearl of a gift. From the Irwin Pearl collection of fine pens and lighters, just $16.50 to $25.
Available at Abraham & Strauss.
The next 60 seconds are for men and women who want to succeed in business. For 60 seconds, I'm going to talk about something that can help you. This, the Wall Street Journal. The Journal is the only national daily business publication. Every business day, the Journal's staff of business news experts reports anything happening anywhere that can affect business. Your business, the latest management trends and techniques, news of government, labor, your competition, up-to-the-minute business information, often available nowhere else. Information that can help you do your job better, make smarter business decisions, rush to you every business day to use that day. There's nothing else like the Wall Street Journal.
Call toll-free 800-228-2230 now and get the Journal delivered to your home or office every business day of the year. 52 weeks, over 250 issues for $63. That's 800-228-2230. If you want to succeed in business, call now. Don't let another 60 seconds go by.
Who says flowers don't bloom in the winter? These flowers are blooming in bedrooms all over the country on very cotton comfort kale sheets from Royal Family by Canon. Their natural blend, the premium blend, 60% cotton for more soft cotton comfort and no ironing. You'll find these lovely floral patterns in full bloom now and throughout the white sale period. Fashionable, comfortable, washable. Look for the seal of cotton. Cotton performs.
Look, the year-end special double issue of People magazine with the 25 most intriguing people of 1980.
Let me guess. Ronald Reagan, Goldie Hawn, Mary Cunningham, Sugar Ray Leonard, Robert Bedford, Jerry Falwell, Pat Benatar, Lech Walesa, Richard Pryor, Beverly Sills, Dan Rather, Brooke Shields, and a dozen more.
Not bad. Now guess people's extra surprises.
Like how Barbara Walters, Dolly Parton, and other famous people would change their looks, and army brats who've grown up big like Chris Christopherson, and the losers of the year and the winners for 81.
You read this already.
Every word, and you'll love every word and picture of People's year-end double issue. It's something special.
Any way you look at it, Gino's new crisp and tasty frozen pizza has the crust you can trust. Make the Gino's blindfold test.
Okay, hold it. I'm sorry. That did it. The whole thing just a little pushy. You know, the floor is already pushy enough. I mean, you got Gino's all over the place.
May I add 2 words to my own commercial?
Whatever.
Trust me.
Say, maybe your little Davy Crockett didn't kill him a bar when he was only 3, but you just watch him. Wow. Watch him track down Swanson, quick frozen chicken parts in the freezing compartment of your refrigerator. There he goes. And success! Swanson quick frozen drumsticks. And now his politicking starts. He wants those Swanson quick frozen drumsticks for his very next meal. Crisp and goldy and tender. Like you always fry 'em, Mom. Okay, son. Swanson quick frozen drumsticks coming up. Oh, and you better watch out, Mom, because your young Davy Crockett is liable to grab one of those before he's even been served. And you can't blame him, can you? Because Swanson chickens are specially bred for more meat and smaller bones, and specially fed to grow fine and plump while they're still young and still tender. Then Swanson chickens are prepared and they are packaged fast. Fast to save that fresh flavor. Frozen at 45 degrees below zero in Swanson's moving cold. And your family expects the goodness, yes, the goodness of Swanson quick frozen chicken parts. And giving them less wouldn't be cricket. Or, wouldn't be Crockett. So get Swanson quick frozen chicken parts from your grocer's freezer, or get our drumsticks, or our thighs, or chicken breasts. Swanson quick frozen chicken parts. Finest chicken in the land. Right, son? Mm-hmm. Say, Jack.
And we're back. Yes, this is me. I don't always fold a pair pre-flop, but when I do, I river quads. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That is the truth. Just watching the commercials come through on the delay, the People magazine for 1980 ad is just so much from the early 80s. I wonder if you need the bang in front of muted, Piano Cat. I wonder if it's just bang, add command, space, muted, spaced, the text you want to add to the command. We're basically down to our last 10 big blinds here in the Black Hole Nano, but we were in this spot a couple times yesterday as well and still managed to pull out a... Of course, if we're going to fold hands like we've been folding in this game, that's... Actually, that board ran out horribly for a 2-pair on the flop. I think move up might still be timed out. Let me see. Oh, serves me right for time and move on out. I think I only timed it out for an hour though, so it shouldn't be too much longer. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. Alrighty, so I'm going back up through my chat history to see if I can find Moobot. Nope, I can't even find Moobot to be able to un... Can't even find Moobot to be able to to untime them out. Yeah, we have to remember. Basically, this is a good lesson for us here on the channel. Your channel bot is God. Don't try to fuck with your channel bot. If you try to fuck with your channel bot will turn around and fuck you right back. That's basically what they're designed to do. So yeah, we were having some fun. We decided to time out Moobot, and the result is Moobot went away and sulked, and Moobot's not coming back again. Let me see if... there we go. Okay. There we go. There we go. Moobot's back. I have a feeling we're going to be pounding that moo bitch button here on the channel. Moobot is back. Moobot has been resurrected from the dead. I went back and I made my proper apologies and begged the Moobot to come back into our channel, and they were nice enough to oblige. Alrighty, so we're down to like 4.5 big blinds. I think we're probably gonna put our money in with Queen 8 here. I mean, I don't like it, but we haven't really had many spots before this, and you never know what can happen. This is poker. So I think we're just going to put our money in against the big stack and hope for the best. That's not the best, but that's not bad. It was terrible, and that was continuing to be terrible. So had all the chances to do that. I don't think I'm going to buy another. No, I don't think I'm going to rebuy again. It's too late in the day for this. So I think we're just going to call it a day. But thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I guess we are kind of laying it on Moobot. Alrighty, so that was fun. We got to play around with Moobot a little bit, add some commands, have some fun. We got to time Moobot out. That was fun. Then Moobot reminded us that the channel bot is God, and you should never fuck with the channel bot because the channel bot will fuck you back, which is what Moobot did. So we went and nicely begged Moobot to come back into the channel, and Moobot was nice enough to join us again. And we then proceeded to make fun of Moobot by adding the command moo bitch and moo nice. So thanks for hanging out with me. I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow or not. I might pop in for a short stream tomorrow before I run to Calgary. If Ian's on, you'll definitely see me hanging out in his chat for a little bit as well. But thank you all for hanging out. I will post some updates on Twitter from Calgary. I might even do like a chat session at some point where, I mean, I don't really think I can stream poker off my laptop from the hotel room, but I might even try like a chat session or something where we just sit and hang for a bit one night, depending on what happens one morning or one night. But otherwise, we'll that is nice. I love the mic muted thing. Very nice, very nice, very nice. So it was so I won't say it was fun today because it was a pretty brutal day. And we folded the flush 4-3 under the gun pre-flop there when and it gets the flush. Then we shove the queen 8 and they get they win with the diamond flush. So it's the way poker's been going for us today. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna bring this mothership in for a landing today. We will be chatting to you from Calgary. Watch my Twitter for updates and might come in. Otherwise, I will see y'all next week. I'm out. For more vintage poker content from Mothership Poker, click the subscribe button and check out the playlists for all of our old archived content, as well as the ads only cut from some of the early streams.